buddy.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'll get on there. Hey, Facebook. Welcome to Lead Up for Women. Speak Up to Lead Up. We are getting ready to do our normal technical checks. I'm just waiting for, hello? Am I plugged in, man? Yeah. I just can't hear anything. Oh, yeah.
Is the headphones on?
Hey, yeah, now they are.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, what the heck, man? What's up? Is it live? Is it live? Is it going?
Yep, it says live.
Oh, yeah, it's live. Okay, I got it. Oh, no, wait. No, I'm not working again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Something's not working
Yeah, now it's
on my
back on.
side. No, it's not.
Well,
Are you there?
The power
Hello?
wasn't on. Now it's on again.
Can you hear me? I can't hear him on my headphones at all. Yeah. Something's like shorting out.
Yeah, agreed.
Or can you hear anything? Hello? Oh, I can
hear
hear
you.
now. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. The light wasn't on, so the power
All
wasn't
right.
working.
Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Here we go, man. This is what we got.
Bring it on. Oh, look over
Oh,
here.
you gotta love this. Okay. Okay, got my notes. Trisha's on. Hey, Trish. You get to see the mess behind the scenes here. So nice to see you this morning. This is Lorenzo, my friend. Also, I work with Lorenzo, so he's going to talk a little bit about that today.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get started here soon. Let me get a pen so I know what I'm doing. Can they hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I've been answering the phones over here.
Oh, I bet you have. I've got 3 people calling in. I'm
Yep.
sorry, man.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have all 3 on the phone?
They are all 3 on the phone.
Sweet.
Have fun, kids.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, it's Careyann.
Hi,
How are you?
Careyann.
Hello.
Hi, this is Cait.
Hi, Cait. How are you? So nice to meet you.
How are you? And
Great.
Teresa's here too.
Hi, Teresa. I think I'm on phone number 1.
All right. If anybody's on speakerphone, could you please take it off of speakerphone?
That's Monk.
Yeah,
He's the one who directs us.
Right, we have a 3-pack. Hey, ladies, Lorenzo here.
I got Lorenzo in the studio
kinda feels
too.
like
He's
I'm
my
hanging out with my
co-host.
daughters.
Yeah, right?
It's all good.
All right. Well, if we're good to go, we will get started here in about 30 seconds.
Sounds great. Thank
All right.
you.
Awesome.
Okay, so ladies, I'm going to bring in Cait first, but I'm going to open up with some words on our end, and Lorenzo and I will speak for a few, and then Cait will bring you in, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll bring in Careyann, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll bring in Teresa, and then we'll wrap up the show. Sound good? So we'll probably have about 15 minutes a person. So that should give us enough time.
Awesome.
So thank you for being here today. I'm so excited. And for all of you, jump on over to Lead Up for Women on Facebook, and you can go to the live video that we have going right now, and you can see us in the studio. And the reason why I want you to do that is so that you can put comments out there for how to contact you, and websites, phone numbers, email addresses, those types of things.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yep, I got you on mute right now. All right, here we go. Getting started.
Okay, thanks. It's okay. All right, you guys, here we go. Facebook. Hi.
Welcome
Come on,
to
you gotta
Lead
love
Up for
this.
Women.
Woo.
Speak up to lead up with Colleen Biggs. Are you ready to
Multi-platform
lead
show.
without
Yeah.
permission?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
take the steps
This is how
needed
it
to
goes.
live your best life?
It's just winging it sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I color coordinated
Or
with the
celebrate
colors.
your present and
Yeah.
future
Why I'm in
accomplishments.
black?
You're definitely
Well, I
in
know,
the
but
right
I'm on
place.
green, too.
Now,
Okay.
here is your host, Colleen
Love the
Biggs.
chairs.
Right? Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. You are listening right now to the host. I am Colleen Biggs, and I have with me Lorenzo Hickey here in the studio, and you might have heard him before. Lorenzo, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So Lorenzo's been with us before. He owns the company Shapeshift World, and he works with Lead Up for Women. Helps us with our website. We're redoing the website right now. We have all kinds of text funnels. We have all things going on in the background. Email campaigns. It's just been such a pleasure working with him, and we love having him here in the studio because he supports women. So welcome, Lorenzo, to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we've got a really great strategy for you to build a platform for women. They can follow you and understand how to do it themselves. So we'll talk more.
I love it. I love it. So I definitely recommend Lorenzo and his company to anyone who is looking to launch their new business or rebuild a website or whatever it is that you're doing. He can talk more about that. But I wanted to get caught up really quick with what's been happening with Lead Up for Women. So we are on the we're in October now. I can't believe we're in October. It's already fall. I got my windows open. It's so nice.
I know. That was the story today. Like, open
so
the windows.
nice. Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's so beautiful. So we are in our last month of luncheons. We have 2 coming up this month. Actually, we have 3. We have 3 events this month. October 10th, we're going to be in Denver, Colorado. October 15th, we're doing our Teaching Tuesday webinar. Dr. Patricia Bagsby is going to be doing that. And I love her subject. She's teaching on your identity at work. That's a free one. You just hop on over to leadupforwomen.com, click on events, and RSVP for that event. The last one we have this month is October 24th, and we are going out with a bang for 2019 in our luncheon in LA. Yeah. That one is already almost full. So I definitely recommend if you want to jump on for December 10th or December 24th for one of the luncheons that we're having in either Denver or LA, that you jump on over to our website, leadupforwomen.com/events, and grab your ticket. You can also go to Eventbrite and find us out there, Lead Up for Women, and get your tickets. So I'm super excited.
Yeah,
we've got a great lineup.
I'm be in LA. I might be go to
yes,
the event. Yes,
that would be so great. I would love that. And Careyann can go.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. So anyway, what I wanted to say was for our lineup, we've got Becky Easton, we've got Laura Polowitz, who's actually going to be on our show next week, and then we also have Careyann Gulliver, who's going to be on our show today, and she's going to be joining us, as well as Andrea Adams Miller, who is with the Keep Smiling movement.
I know.
Yes.
I actually have a Keep Smiling card.
You do?
Pocket.
Oh, great. You just walk around with that. I love that.
I keep smiling.
That's so great. I love that.
No prop.
Right? Yeah, it's
no
so
accident.
great. Yeah, that's part of, it's spreading joy and love. So we love that.
Awesome.
And then on October 24th in LA, we have V joining us. She's the Paleo Boss Lady. She did our webinar last month on healthy eating. It's amazing. So if you haven't seen it, go out to the website and check it out. We have Jackie Tapia's joining us. She's an attorney and also a transformational coach. And then we have Meredith Allen joining us, who is a speaker and the host of the Meredith Show. Absolutely amazing. And then Andre is going to be joining us again so we can get more photos, because I'm making a book, y'all. We're making a book
I know. My book comes out next week.
all the ladies. Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. High five.
Adding top women of Phoenix
That's
coming up.
so great.
Yeah, baby.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I want to jump in as quick as we can and get
3
started.
Great, powerful ladies today.
Yes, we
let's do
do.
this.
We have Cait. We have Cait Scudder, we have Careyann Gulliver, and we have Teresa Snyder. And these ladies we're talking about powerhouses. I don't even know where to start with the ladies that we have today, because the first one we're going to start with is Cait Scudder, and she's the leader of the Boss Babe Revolution. So Cait, I just want to thank you for being with us today and coming on to share your story of how women can win. So thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Cait, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about you, where you came from, and how you got started with the coaching that you do today, and how you got there, what you had to overcome, a little bit about you, so they can get an idea of who we are speaking with today.
Absolutely. So my name is Cait Scudder. I started my business actually when I was living abroad in Bali. So I recently just relocated to the United States. I was living abroad in Bali for nearly 4 years. And I started out my coaching business really after deciding that I knew I wanted to be in leadership. My background was actually in education. So I got my master's in teaching and taught for a couple of years, and then decided that classroom teaching really wasn't going to do it for me. It wasn't going to be the area that I wanted to make the most impact. And I took a trip to Bali in February of 2015 to pursue a 500-hour women's leadership and yoga teacher training. I've always been really interested in personal development and the intersection really of becoming our best selves, but looking at our growth and development and our leadership through a spiritual lens, which is what drew me to Bali. And when I moved to Bali, which was not intentional, by the way, but I ended up falling in love, meeting my now husband on the beach in Bali. Quite the eat, pray, love story. But I ended up relocating to Bali, moving there. And when I got there, I found really online entrepreneurship. I had never really been exposed to such an incredible business model, the ability to impact people, create something. And I thought, all right, I don't know how to do this yet, but I have the skill set. I have what it takes. I'm going to figure this out. And it was really that inquiry, that curiosity, and that drive to serve people in a creative way that catalyzed me to launch my coaching business, which I did in May of 2017, and that really set everything in motion for the success that I've been able to create today.
So thank you for sharing that, by the way, and I love it that you met your husband on the beach. It's like a dream, right? In Bali.
It was totally like a dream.
To be able to do that. Well, I love it that you're living your best life, for sure. So tell our listeners, what do you coach on today? So what is your main focus on what you coach?
Absolutely. So today I am a business coach. I exclusively work with female entrepreneurs who are looking to start and then scale a business of their own, usually a service-based business, to the six-figure and above level. So my real expertise and my niche area of focus is helping women understand what it is that causes them to stand out in a crowded marketplace, how to position themselves as an expert, how to market themselves and their brand strategically, and how to craft offers that are no-brainers for their audience, and how to sell with confidence. So that is my real area of expertise, is really empowering women around the sales process, around the branding process, and with marketing strategies and techniques that allow them to reach their target audience using social platforms and digital platforms.
Got it. So when women come to you, do they already know what they want to sell? Have they already created a product? Are they already in the marketplace selling this product for, like you had said, it was a service-based product?
Absolutely. So it's a great question, Colleen. So what I work with women who are at the idea level, really where I was back when I started here. Like, let's say, for example, here are my skill sets. I see a lot of women who are leaving, let's say, a done-for-you in-person-based service. So a lot of professionals who, let's say, were health coaches offering consultations at an in-person facility at a wellness center, who are saying, you know what, I just had 2 kids. I need to be able to offer the same service that I've been trading hours for dollars for at an in-person facility and bring this online, but I have no idea how to build a brand for myself. I have no idea what it takes to build an online community. I have no idea how to grow that following and then convert that community into, a paying audience. Mm-hmm. So that's an example of the kind of client that I would work with. I also work with women who have made that transition already online, maybe have their offers, but they're not selling, and they're sitting at home scratching their heads wondering, why isn't this working? I know there's a missing piece here. I know I have a rock star service to offer or product to offer, but something's not connecting, and they really need help nailing that messaging down and making sure that they have a marketing strategy that's actually going to convert for them.
Okay. So you focus a lot on branding and digital platforms with marketing. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead, Lorenzo.
I actually have a wonderful peel the onion back question. So I love the concept of you're a yogi and you're looking about sort of self-awareness and self-enlightenment. So that's really terrific. And I actually want to compliment you on the most underserved market that we have out in the industry right now is the people that will take idea concepts to delivery. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really cool. Mm-hmm. But let's dig into something I think I've seen and I'd love to get your response on, and that is, when people are out of alignment and they're selling and serving themselves differently than what they're supposed to do, or maybe what their soul calling is, how can you help a woman not only understand their messaging and bring them to life in a product, but how do you make sure that they're staying true to themselves and ultimately their value propositions? That would be a great thing for our listeners to hear. Okay, talk to us. Tell us, Cait. Congrats on the guy, by the way.
Thank you so much, Linda. And I love that question. And I love that you use the word alignment. This is actually something that I talk about all the time. And I think that, the first thing that I would say to a woman or to anybody who is experiencing a feeling of misalignment or feeling like there's just something off, something isn't clicking, and something internally is feeling bad, the first area that we need to go back to is, what is the deeper why behind this product, behind this service, behind the mission of your business at large? Like, let's take a few steps back. And are you actually moving towards that? I think that one of the biggest things that holds women back from being in their full power and being in that alignment place when it comes to selling is the feeling of, can I really do this? Who am I to do that? A lot of imposter syndrome coming in. And I think that when women are out of alignment with the fact that their service or their product is actually the answer to somebody else's, burning questions, is actually the solution, that somebody has been at home wondering, how do I do this thing? How am I going to be able to move this forward? That is the answer to somebody's problem. And I think that when women are disconnected from that, that's when we get into this spirally place of self-doubt. And so a huge piece of my work, and I'm sure that you guys know this, as entrepreneurs, I think that so much of our success comes back to our mindset, comes back to the thinking state and the feeling state that we bring to the energy of our work, which is what impacts people in the most profound way. And so if a woman is feeling out of alignment with her mission and her message, the first thing that I would say is, who are you doing this for? You're not just doing this to compare yourself to all of the other people out there. You're doing this to change lives. Let's connect back into that and show up to your platform from that place, because that is going to not only be magnetic to your audience, but you are going to feel on fire for what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm getting chills. Might be the air conditioning, but that is awesome. Really rocking it. And
they call this the ice box in here.
I got to say again, props to you, because standing in power for women is a huge part of this journey. And in order to do that, you really have to have the confidence and the awareness to do that. And that is starts at the soul, starts at that level. So thank you for that work. This is awesome.
Yeah, Cait, you are so aligned with Lead Up for Women, because that's why we exist, is to help women tap into their greatest power and live their purpose and live their best life every day. And by doing that, it may be a business that they're running. It may be them tapping into being the best mother. It may be both. It may be tapping into being the best leader in the corporate sector. So thank you so much for what you're doing out there for women and for leading that charge and trailblazing in a space where women really need the coaching and the assistance.
Yeah, leadership's alone at the top. So what you're doing is fantastic.
So lonely.
Yeah.
It's so lonely as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, right back to you, Colleen. Thank you so much. And I love this platform. I love the mission of Lead Up for Women. And, it's funny. I wanted to share this. And this kind of goes back to your first question of how this coaching all began and some of the roadblocks that I encountered and really how this journey unfolded. So, and I love what you say about no matter whether we're empowering women in the business space, whether we're empowering women to be better, better or feel more empowered in motherhood or in relationship or in their health, it's all different facets of the same work. And I really evolved into doing the business coaching itself because I started more as a generic women's empowerment coach, empowering women to set boundaries, get clear on their desires, live the best life that they wanted to live. I had a lot of people in my digital community who saw that I really burned the boats and went all in and risked this massive trip to Bali and reinvented my life. And I had so many women reaching out more on the empowerment life coaching side. And the way that this evolved into business for me is that I found that over time, as women were stepping in to their deepest yes, that real sense of inner leadership and personal power, that the next question was, wow, like I'm in this state right now. I know I can do anything. Now what do I do with my gifts? I want to channel them creatively into something. And so that's the niche area that I found I became most passionate about, helping women bridge that gap and take an idea into reality and use their gifts to serve the world. And I believe every woman has that capacity within her.
Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. They just need to find that, like you said, channel that inner confidence and that energy and really feel, our hashtag is lead without permission. And that's it, whose permission are you waiting for?
Yeah,
You're able to lead your life and write that story however you'd like. And the first thing we know is you need to accept your past and where you came from. It's not something to be shameful of. It's just who you are today, and everything that happened molded you to who you are. And we are so unique, and we each have our own purpose. And it's not to be compared with another person's purpose, because our skill sets are different, even if we're in the same space. What I offer a woman versus what Cait would offer a woman, or another woman that may be in the same space, is going to be completely different just based on how unique you are, Cait. So
we've really
Absolutely.
entered an age of collaboration and cooperation,
Yeah.
and this is all about that. So what you're doing is creating that first step, that first entry point. So that first step on the journey is really wonderful. Again,
Heck yeah.
I can't tell excited. The women listeners that are need to talk to somebody like you, because there's that first step, and that first step in the journey, it may be a 10,000 mile journey, but that first step is the one that you're serving. It is, again, awesome.
Yeah.
Today's my word of the day. Awesome.
Awesome. So, Cait, how can a
Love
woman get in contact with you? Let's talk about that first. So, how would they reach out to you through the show here if they wanted to get in contact with you to work with you?
Absolutely. So the first place to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me via my website, which is Cait Scudder, which is CaitScudder.com. I also love me some Instagram, Colleen, so you can find me at Cait Scudder. I'm all about those DMs. I'm all about the Instagram stories. So please, anybody who's listening and you want to chat, you have any questions, please feel free to send me a DM. I read them all. I answer them all personally.
Awesome.
And that's at Cait Scudder, same spelling. And I'll go ahead and put those in the comments of the live stream video here today.
Great. So listeners, that's how you're going to get in touch with Cait. And Cait, do you have any offers for the Little Gym or for the Little Gym? Oh my gosh. You can tell I've been I know I was on the phone today with them earlier. Do you have any offers for the listeners today for them to start working with you for Lead Up for Women listeners?
Absolutely. So there's a couple different offers depending on the level of support you're looking at. I offer a Rise Mindset Mastery album. So that's a really low ticket, low barrier to entry album. A lot of my clients listen to this on the daily. It's a 1 hour danceable mindset audio training. It's kind of like, imagine if a Tony Robbins NLP course had a brainchild with a Beyonce song, Beyonce album. That's this album. So you can go to rise.caitscudder.com for that. If you happen to be in the Northeast, I am hosting a one-day Women's Summit this Saturday in Portland, Maine, called Born to Rise Live. And you can check out my Instagram page and my website for details about that. And starting, lots of rising action going on. And then starting later this month, the doors to my annual mastermind are going to be reopening, and that's called the Rise Mastermind. So for more information about that, please send me a DM, and I can give you a link to apply.
Cait, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you are such a blessing. I have so much gratitude for you being with us today, and you're such a blessing to women, and you have so much going on. So ladies, if you're in the Northeast, this is your opportunity to get out there and meet Cait in person. Cait, thank you so much for being on our show today. You are such a blessing. And all of her information is on our Facebook page. You just go to Lead Up for Women, or you can reach her at CaitScudder.com or on Instagram at Cait Scudder. So we're going to head to break. And then as we get back in 2 minutes, we are going to be meeting Careyann Gulliver. So listeners, stay with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, girl.
All right, we're all clear.
All right. Thank you, Cait. You're awesome.
You're so welcome. That was amazing. So much fun. You guys are fantastic.
Hey, Cait, just so you know, the eWomen Network, Sandra Yancey uses the RISE symbols or RISE naming, and just so check it out. It's for risk, innovation. S is maybe systems, I forget, and then E is energy or exchange.
Oh, what's what RISE stands for?
The word RISE stands for
got
eWomen
it.
Network. So check that out. So that's something you might want to leverage and or connect with eWomen in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that's great.
Love it. Thank you
so
much.
Good luck on that. Good luck on that mastermind that you're doing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
no
love
kidding.
the in-person stuff.
Hey, I want that hour, that session dance. I'm going to be doing some dancing and vibing.
Oh my gosh, it's
got me all
so
in.
fun.
I'm going to reach out to you, girl.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely put that information out there so that somebody can click on that and go check that out so they can do that mindset mastery
love
of
it.
dancing.
Yeah.
I love
Big
that
part of
too.
your work is mindset. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
it's great. It's like the key. It's like the
It
key.
really is.
It
And
is.
It's so true. I feel like whoever I talk to, no matter
Keep
what
smiling.
level they're at, whether they're just starting or they're a 10-figure
doesn't matter.
entrepreneur, it's all of it starts
Yeah,
with mindset.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Starts, stays, and ends with mindset.
It
really.
does. It really does.
Yep.
And, I sit and do my 10 minutes in the morning and, there's chakras, there's chanting, there's oils involved. There's all kinds of stuff that go on with how your mindset is for the day and how you face the day. And we have two choices. We can face the day with a positive attitude and a great mindset, or we can face the day with a negative attitude and a horrible mindset and beat ourselves up. And
true.
that's what we've got. So,
Yep.
I choose
It's
to be
always a choice.
positive.
That's right. Yeah, one of my favorite lines. I take negative and turn it into positive
Yeah.
all day long.
Turn that frown upside down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Cait. You're awesome. You can drop off the phone or stay on and listen. It's really up to you, hun.
Okay, thank you so much. It was
Hey, you did
such a pleasure to meet you both.
Ditto, ditto.
Thanks, Cait.
All right. Bye for now.
It was great.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. So we'll be coming back in about 20 seconds.
Awesome. Thanks, Monk.
Hey, Monk,
All
you
right,
can hear me okay now?
Facebook. So Cait put all of her information out there, so you guys have all of that available to you now and can see that. So want to say hi to Nicole, hi to Tricia. Of course, Careyann, you are coming up next, and we're going to have you on the radio. I'm super excited.
Super exciting.
I love the name Franchise Matchmaker.
I do too.
Yeah.
Franchising's in my heart, girl.
Yeah.
In my heart.
You are listening to Lead Up for Women. Speak up to lead up.
Oh, I didn't even get
to
to
reach the
show.
show today. Please
Look at
call
Facebook. How cute she is. That's Cait. So you guys can
1-888-346-9141.
see what she looks
That's
like. Absolutely adorable.
1-888-346-9141.
You don't want
You
to
may
my
also
mind's black
send an
and white.
email to info
And then we have
at
Careyann coming up next,
leadupforwomen.com.
and here's our Careyann
Now,
photo.
back to this
so you
week's
guys can
show.
I know. Carrie-Ann's got mad skills. She's got a page and a half.
Hey there, listeners. Lorenzo just won't shut up today. Just kidding. Hey, I'm just kidding with you guys. So I wanted to welcome all of you back to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and I wouldn't ask Lorenzo Hickey back if I didn't just love him to death.
Yeah, thank
so
you. Thank
Lorenzo,
you.
thanks for being here with me today.
Yes, it's so much fun.
And for those of you that maybe just missed it, we had Cait Scudder on the first part of the show. So rewind and go back and listen to that, or start it over because she was amazing in what she's doing for women. And today, it's like every woman's just so amazing. You just got to line them all up because now we've got Careyann Golliver. And, this is a very, very tender place in my heart because I was in franchising for 17 years. And I think franchising is a wonderful opportunity for couples or families or females or males or anyone who wants to get into this. But today, obviously, we're talking about females, and what Careyann does is just so unique because she says, someone will call me and say, hey, what's the best-selling franchise out there now? And she's like, woo, slow your roll. Let's talk about what matches you. And that's why she's the franchise matchmaker.
Yeah.
And so, Careyann, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Colleen. So happy to be here.
You are adorable, and I loved having a conversation with you the other day and learning so much more about you. So please share your story of where you came from and how franchising even became a thing for you. So you can start way back. You can go back and start in the beginning.
Rewind the tape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a journey for sure. I come from sales and marketing background and really found myself super engaged and excited to be with a bunch of startup companies because it was nurturing and growing and building something. And the thing that I didn't like about it was that it wasn't my control. I wasn't making the decisions, and people would make the wrong decisions, or the business, I'd go to work and it was closed because they ran out of money. And so it was frustrating.
That is frustrating.
Yeah, it was frustrating. And so I found myself actually getting involved in a family business. And that's a whole nother story, right? Especially if you like your family.
Yeah.
The lines can become blurred. And so the business itself it evolved into a national franchise. And that's how we actually landed in franchising. So we franchised our business and grew it nationally and had huge, huge success. But again, it was frustrating because it wasn't all mine. And so through, some self-discovery and some pain and some frustration, I decided to take the leap myself. What I've learned through my franchising journey is that there are a ton of misguided people out there.
Yeah.
And they just need help, and so I'm incredibly passionate about helping people really take a leap into looking and exploring the world of franchising because just like them, I worked for years, slaved away in a business that wasn't all mine. And, I was seeking my own identity again, and I wanted that control and freedom. And so I really help people do a self-discovery to even determine whether or not franchising is the right path for them.
That is awesome. So when someone first of all, how does somebody find you? So give us a little bit of give us an example of how the dynamic is set up between you and the franchisors that are out there. If someone was looking to really start that journey and say, let me back up a minute. What I love about franchising is it's a proven product. It's you have all of the support that you need. The marketing support is there. The consulting support is there for most businesses. So you're walking in with somewhat of a safety net, right? So you took a leap. I took a leap. My leap was without a safety net. And, sometimes those are the hard leaps you have to take,
Those
right?
are
So you
massive
either
leaps of
sink or
faith.
swim,
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
But when your back's up against the wall, and you're determined, you'll win. And with franchising, what I love about it is for someone that maybe isn't quite ready to take that leap or molded in those types of risks, they can get into franchising and have a proven business and models that are set for them. So Careyann, how does somebody start that process? If they're online and they're like, I think I might want to start own a Dutch Bros or start a coffee business, or I might want to go and start a children's business or start a retail.
What does that journey look like for your franchisee callers or opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think really it's important for people to understand that there is a tremendous amount of resources out there. So, I have a website. It's franchise-logic.com.
Okay.
And they can book a free 15-minute initial discussion with me where we can really learn about what is their current situation, what's going on in their world. Often people, I just had a conversation this morning with a very beautiful woman in Pennsylvania. She's been in pharmaceutical and medical her whole career. But she's like, I have a great job, I have a great paycheck, but there's got to be something else out there for me.
Yeah.
I'm not being fulfilled personally.
Yeah.
And so she is and has thought about franchising, but she doesn't know where to begin. She's like, I don't even know where to start. And I'm like, well, that's why I exist, right?
Guess what?
I am America's franchise matchmaker, and I have mastered a process to help people not only find their perfect franchise, but help them do a proper self-evaluation on themselves first and foremost, as well as an evaluation of multiple concepts that are going to be the right fit for them. Because not every franchise is a fit for everyone. Obviously, being on the franchisor side, those franchise companies were my peers. And I can tell you, there is amazing opportunities out there, and there is also a lot of crap.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to be careful.
That's why people need you. The women need you because you cut through the
you
chief,
filter
right?
that all out for
I
them.
filter all of that out because, this is an investment. Think of a franchise as an investment vehicle, right? Just like real estate, just like stock. However, with this investment, you're going to have much greater control of the outcome than you would on the others, and in many cases, a much higher ROI. So, but it's a huge deal. It's a big deal, right? So we got to make sure that we get it right. And it's never a one-and-done scenario. We're not going to just have someone look at one concept. It's very important to compare and contrast multiple concepts. But people tend to just go to Google and say, you know, what's the hottest franchise? What's the top franchise? What's the cheapest
What's going to make
franchise?
me the most money that I put
top
the
tips, what
less
not
money
to do.
in? Yeah.
Don't go to Google and look for best franchise. That's not it.
Well, I mean, you know, Google is great to spit out answers, but Google doesn't care about your budget.
No.
Google doesn't care about the cultural fit of your franchisor, right? Because your franchisor is meant to be your business partner every day, all the time. And so y'all got to get along and share the same core values and be going on the same page together. Otherwise, why bother, right? Because it's really meant to be a profitable business partnership. So the process that I take people through is really doing a self-discovery. What is going to be the most ideal characteristics for a business for you to justify doing proper due diligence? Because there's going to be a lot of homework involved, right? And so what does that look like? What does that feel like? How do you feel about your customer preference? Do you want a brick and mortar business? What role do you want to play in the business? Because that's the very first decision you get to make when you go into a business is, what do I want to do in this business? Unlike if you started something from scratch, you're going to be wearing all the hats. And trying to figure it out. And like you mentioned, Colleen, a franchise is a plug-and-play business in a box. The marketing, the operations, the technology, the support, the HR, the training, all of that is figured out. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
So we take them through this process, and they really learn and have more clarity about who they are and what they really want and need. And just like this gal in Pennsylvania, you know, she makes great money. She doesn't want to give that up today. She wants to be able to create a career bridge, if you will, so that eventually she can happily escape corporate America. But it can't happen today. And so we're going to focus on what's called semi-absentee franchises, where corporate executives can keep a full-time job, mitigate their risk by keeping their paycheck, but at the same time they're building a business on the side through a manager.
I love that.
Yeah, transition plan of sorts.
So ladies, if you're listening out there, transition plans exist. So there's an opportunity for you to work with Careyann on. And the best thing, Careyann, you told me the other day on the phone was if someone starts down this process and gets the self-discovery and they're working with you because there's no cost to them. Is that correct, to work with you?
Yeah, it's absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They might go, ooh, franchising's not for me, and walk away with self-discovery to understand what it is truly that they really do want to do after exploring that, and they still gain something from working with you.
They're not going to leave empty-handed. They're certainly going to have, you know, better clarity of who they are, what they're looking for. It may not be the right time. And that happens sometimes. Or we may discover franchising is absolutely not the right path for them. Which that happens too. And, you know, I think that some of my most favorite placements have been females in male-dominated industries. That would have never ever thought.
Oh, wait a minute. It's kind of like sometimes it just happens. But yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, it is. It's awesome. It is. The thing is people think that they need to be an expert or have industry experience in whatever franchise they buy, which is further from the truth, right? Because you're partnering with the experts, the franchisors, right?
Right.
And so, you know, women that have had careers, or maybe they had a career and then they raised their family. They were the CEO of the family for years. Now they're empty nesters, and they're like, now what next? Now what am I going to do, right? The kids are off to college. I need a purpose every day. I can't just go play tennis every day, right? I want to contribute to my family's income. I want to have a meaning. I want to give back to my community. I want to make a positive impact. I want to make money. I want to be successful. They're building their next chapter, right? And so what we do is we build them up with confidence and say, look, all of those skill sets, even being a mother, I mean, that's the hardest job in the world, right?
Absolutely.
That's the best multitasking job there is. You could do that, you could do anything.
All of those skills and accomplishments that you've had in your life are all transferable.
Yeah.
Across a very, very broad scope of industries. I can't, tell you, there's never been a woman that, when we're going to talk about the franchises I want to look at or have her investigate, that she says, Careyann, I sure hope that you're going to talk to me about an HVAC franchise today.
Right.
I've never had a woman say that, but I have placed a number of highly, exceptionally successful females in HVAC franchises.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love that. I love what you stand for, and I know deep down, because of my experience in franchising, how important your role is, even to a franchisor, because you're setting you're that in between and that step that sets this franchisee up for success. Because if they are doing it on their own and they do not have somebody that's guiding them, the franchisor may not be the best choice for them that they're choosing, but the franchisor may not tell them that.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's just the way business works. If it's a great franchise, they're going to say you're not the right fit for us. If they're not, and they're maybe greedy or power, whatever it may be, they might say, "Hey,
franchise.
You have a heartbeat and a checkbook. We'll take you."
Yeah.
But
I certainly don't work with any of those, as you know. But yes, they are out there.
Yeah, it's not going to set them up for success. So what you're doing is crucial in this area. And ladies, everyone that's listening, this is an opportunity for you to just even explore what the opportunity would look like if you've always wanted to own your own business, but you want to look at something that's a plug and play, that's got the business plan and all the support that you need.
Yeah, and that's where I want to go if we have a few more minutes in this segment.
We've got about a minute left, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll wrap up with her when we get back.
First of all, Careyann, awesome. So your ideal client you've sort of described, but I want you to also frame it for the ladies listening, the women that are entrepreneurs that are in transition, to say, you're this type of person. You want to be organized. You want to get things done. You want to have a framework. If that fits, and if you feel those things, kind of speak to that for us, because that person is going to love franchising. So maybe talk a little bit more about that personality.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, looking back at their career and their skill sets that they've accomplished, it doesn't even matter if they haven't been in business for quite a while. A lot of women start feeling nervous. Oh, well, I haven't been in the workforce forever. It doesn't matter. You've never unlearned what you've learned, right? So at the end of the day, franchisors are looking for three things from any successful potential candidate. They want to make sure that you are trainable, that you are coachable, and that you can execute.
Absolutely.
Those are the three secrets to being successful for anybody in a franchise, because franchising is duplicating a proven business model.
Yeah.
If you buy the business and you rewrite the ops manual and you never go to training, you don't hire your people, we all know that's going to be a recipe for failure, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you have a passion and you want to find somewhere where you can go and be happy, be bounding out of bed every day, be excited about what you're doing, and have that independence in your own true identity, if you are trainable, coachable, and can execute the proven model, there's no reason why anyone wouldn't be wildly successful in a franchise.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, Careyann, we're going to run to break, and then in 2 minutes we're going to come back with you so that you can share all your information, and we'll wrap that up. So, ladies, stay with us. We're going to be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, good job. All clear.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Careyann, you're doing awesome, by the way. Teresa, you still hanging out with us?
Thanks. Yes, I
Yes,
am. This
girl.
is great.
Because you're coming on next.
Careyann, so many questions, so little time.
Yeah,
Who's coming back next week?
You can ask her.
No, who's coming back next week?
You can ask her. You can ask her questions if you want now. I mean, Facebook is still listening.
So the Facebook
our
fans,
listeners on the Empowerment Channel can't hear us right now. But
so here's a great one for you.
Yeah.
There's two sides of the equation, right? There's the franchises that you work for, or you represent, or you know about. How do those people get in touch with you? Because
the franchisor,
franchisor. Because if I'm a franchisor and I'm talking to somebody, I go, I want to tell you what I'm doing.
You definitely want a broker like her, like somebody.
Heart-based business. So thank you. Speak to that. Like, how do people get in touch with you that way too?
Yeah, so I have an entire staff that all they do is vet the franchise organization.
Okay, perfect.
Because again, obviously it's our reputation on the line of who we're representing.
Yeah.
So we are extremely selective. We do have franchise companies knocking on our door begging to be in our inventory because we are really seen as the Cadillac of franchising, of matching ideal candidates. And really, I learned this when I was a franchisor. We use people just like me to build our franchise. So it was such a win-win for everyone because we could have our sales team talking to people who were the right skill sets, who could afford our franchise in the geographic areas that we were looking to expand, as opposed to filtering out all the other people that didn't qualify skill set or financially wise, or were interested in a market that we were sold out. The candidate, the prospective buyer, benefits because it's overwhelming. There's nearly 4,000 different franchises out there today in 90 different categories.
Absolutely, it's crazy.
And it's like, where do I start?
Where do you start?
Right? So the franchise companies use recruiters like myself to say, hey, we want to grow successfully. We want to grow quicker than without using your services because you're going to be bringing us these ideal prospective buyers on a silver platter.
Yeah.
And that way we're not wasting our time talking. So they contact our corporate office. It's located in Minnesota. And there is, obviously an interviewing process. We get their franchise disclosure legal documents, make sure they don't have lawsuits, make sure they don't have a ton of closures. We blindly call their franchisees. Are you happy? Are you making money? Are you getting the support you were promised by your franchise partner? Most importantly, would you make this decision the same again? And would you recommend buying this franchise to somebody else?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Props to you again because your experience is coming out loud and clear.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The ability to understand franchises. So, Colleen, back to you.
We're coming back, yeah.
Here we go.
Monk, you just jump in whenever you need to, man. You don't worry about who's talking.
Okay.
You're the man in charge.
Right, thanks.
Just jump in. We're talkers. I mean, that's just who we are over here. So, Careyann, right when we come back, I'm going to
You are listening to Lead Up for
ask you
Women.
to share your
Speak
information
up
to the
lead up.
listeners, and then we're going to go to
reach the show
Teresa.
today,
So we
please
can wrap
call
up the show.
1-888-346-9141. That's 1-888-346-9141.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're just
You may also send
a
an
little
email
commercial
to
right now.
info@leadupforwomen.com. Now, back to this week's show.
Oh my gosh, listeners, welcome back. We have an amazing show today. We were just speaking with Careyann Golliver, and Careyann is going to go ahead and wrap up with how you can get in contact with her. If you're a franchisor and you are interested in working with her to help filter out the franchisee candidates, or if you're a lady out there or a gentleman listening to our show and you would like to look into franchising for yourself, Careyann, how would someone get in contact with you?
Yeah.
Colleen, it's super simple. You can visit me at my website. It's franchise-logic.com.
Okay.
And there's a few things. So if you go under the free guide section, I have 2 free ebooks that are downloadable.
Perfect.
And the first one is The Ultimate Guide to Escaping Corporate America, which I highly suggest people read through. It's a very fascinating foundation to help you understand franchising and if it's the right path for you. And then the second ebook is How to Buy a Franchise and 10 Costly Mistakes to Avoid. So those are free downloads. You can also just click on the yellow big button that says Learn How to Find Your Perfect Franchise and book a free 15-minute consultation with me so that we can just talk to each other, see if it makes sense to work together and it's free.
Thank you, Careyann, so much. That was Careyann Golliver we've been speaking to today. You can find her at franchise-logic.com. And her information is also at Facebook at Lead Up for Women. Thank you, Careyann.
Thank you.
So
Powerful.
grateful you joined us today. Wonderful
Thank you.
information for our listeners. Thank you so much. Teresa, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
We're wrapping up the show with Teresa. Now, some of you may know Teresa from, reality show, TV show. You're everywhere. TV host, innovator, businesswoman, your experience live on camera, TV host. Let's just go through your plethora of everything you've been doing in your life. But I just want to ask you the question before we get to where you are today. Women always want to know, that's great that she does everything she does, but how did she get there?
Right.
Yeah, what's her story?
What's the stumbling blocks?
Who's Teresa?
You know what? So thank you for that question, because that is so vital.
Yes, it
I'm a
is.
former.
You weren't born this way, girl. You know?
Oh, absolutely. And what I can tell everyone is that I'm 48 years old and I spent my life, I married my corporate career, former medical sales, and thought that was what I was destined to do forever. And then when the economy changed, that forced me out, good, bad, or indifferent. It caused me to really search and look. And now I get to make a difference. And a media host is primarily probably what I'd want to talk about in our short amount of time, because yes, I'm a fitness expert, was in a reality show, and on. But I think most people want to know, how do I promote others? Like, I'm a PR genius.
Nice.
Let's talk about you
really
being a PR genius.
Right?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
That's the thing, right? Is like people usually want to know, oh, okay, yeah, great, her, but what is in it for them? And that's what I love to do, is I love to interview people on many platforms, podcasting, Facebook, YouTube, go to live events and do live interviews that way. And most of the time I do that kind of from a service perspective and or an affiliate marketing. So that way it's always a win-win. And Colleen, I met you at a live event.
Yes, you're in my heart, girl. And by the way, I just want to let you know, because we had so much content today, that I want to offer you the opportunity for our women to get to know you better as well, because of everything you represent. So much of what Lead Up for Women is too, because all of these platforms that we have, the magazine, the Thrive Thursdays, the podcast, this is all for promoting women's stories and women, and sharing the powerful stories to motivate and inspire other women. So I want you to know that I am going to be featuring you in one of our Thrive Thursdays, so that you'll be on the website and women can get to know you a little bit better in everything that you do. So I just want to let you know, this is not the end today on this one little show.
Yes.
So I will be requesting some information from you so we can get that out. And we will have that out next week on Thursday for everybody to get to know Teresa a little bit better. So this is not the end. But Teresa, so coming from fitness, so you still work as a fitness instructor at Gold's Gym, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. What do you teach?
Yes.
What class do you teach? Let's get down to some nitty gritties.
Okay. I have 13 different certifications.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
You would wear a cape,
people that
I
know, well, and here's the thing, though, is
Right
I have that many certifications, yet what I really love is cardio style classes. So I teach body combat, is one of my favorites. And then on the flip side, for strength training, is body pump and yoga.
Nice, girl. I love body pump. That's awesome.
I love body pump. Yes, that's what I do. But that's where I find that I get my most joy, again, giving back. And that's probably the biggest message that I have for all women. One, it's never too late to have what you want. And two, that when you can be of service and give back and find inside of your passion, then it all comes together. And that's why I love meeting you.
Awesome.
I know. And then we have, so I know that you have a co-host today. And this is what I love about me being a media host.
I understand what you guys are going through right now. You're like, don't we have another hour?
Oh, I wish we did.
know.
Oh, well, anyone that knows me knows I could just talk forever. But I love, it's very important for me to make sure that that I highlight and spotlight women that are going to be panelists coming up. And, Careyann Golliver is going to be a panelist at our Denver one next week. So I wanted to make sure she had an opportunity for people to get a little taste of her and what she does so that they're intrigued to be able to come out and meet her in person. And Teresa, running a podcast, I could go for an hour just digging in to one person. And I don't ever do a podcast by myself. I never sit in a room and just talk. I always have a guest on or a co-host because I believe that the more that we have as a community, that's why Lead Up for Women was built, the more conversations we have around that, the more we can provide the listeners with motivation, inspiration, content, direction, whatever that is that fuels their fire and what they need that day. That's what matters. And so that's why I do what I do and have amazing women like you on that. I don't even know where to start with you because you have, first of all, I have to ask this question because we have to get this out.
Burning question.
So the next Impact, you were on the reality show. What happened? I don't even know how it ended up. I know you were a finalist, but I don't know what happened. What happened?
Well,
Okay,
can you
great.
tell us?
And this would be perfect. Tamara Hunter is a good friend of mine. She was the winner, and she has chemo buddies for life. So she's definitely someone that I'd love to link you up with.
Nice. Good for her.
Amazing.
Good for her.
Okay. And then all of us finalists, the show ended a month ago, and they pared us down. But Tamara Hunter won, and I was proud for her and her mission. And just to know that, again, like-minded people like to be together, and that's what I would tell you and offer to you, is if there's a live event that you have planned that you think I can travel to.
Heck yeah, girl.
And double dip, right? You know what I mean? Like double dip in a good way.
Yes.
Do some work in Denver and then also be at one of your events or something like that. And introducing you to some of these other Next Impactor finalists and how that all came about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, right?
Humanitarian.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes, it was a reality show for humanitarians.
Okay.
People wanted to know that. So, yes, that's what it was all about.
Yeah, that was a question I had, too. So what does your day look like? Give us an idea. What lights you up every day?
What lights me up is that I literally interview a guest every day. And that is what blows people's mind. So there are a couple of guests that I have coming up soon is the filmographer for the greatest catch or the deadliest catch. Mm-hmm. That, I mean, his story is like crazy, and authors and like you, I would love to interview you and all of that. But definitely I interview someone almost every day, Monday through Friday, go to the gym, and then I love to travel because that's where I get the networking. Like you said, being home alone, man, that sometimes is probably what I would say has been the biggest, not challenge, I just have to be cognitive. And I would warn anyone, make sure you keep your network of people and like-minded people open because a lot of criticism happens when you take on an entrepreneurial path.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, ladies that are listening and gentlemen and everybody on Facebook, Teresa's going to be featured next week in our Thrive Thursday on our newsletter. So all you have to do is go out to Lead Up for Women and click on the newsletter and put your email address in because we want you to be able to learn more about her, and she'll also be on the website. So Teresa, how can someone get in contact with you if they would love to be interviewed by you or get to learn a little bit more about you?
Ooh, that's great. Two ways that are easiest is Teresa Snyder, and with it being on the website, it'll be spelled, and or Teresa, Teresa 360, the number 360.com has all of my platforms.
Yep, perfect.
My phone number,
nice,
everything. And people can request to be interviewed.
Perfect. Teresa,
Yes.
thank you so much for being patient with us today. And thank you for being here. And congratulations on being a finalist on the next Impact. And you and I will be in touch after today so I can get some more information from you. And I see a future of us working together and empowering women together and interviewing together. So thank you again, Teresa, for being with us. It's just been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Teresa.
Thank you for your Mal co-host.
Yeah, he's so great. I love having him here. He's so wonderful.
Well, you've been holding the space for us.
So we're down.
You both. Thank you.
Thank you, hun. So we're down to 30 seconds. Lorenzo, is there anything that you want to close out with?
Yeah, first of all, great ladies. What a great show. Thank you so much. But one of the things we always try to do is help support women in getting to know who you are and how you can show up differently. The theme has been get to know yourself first, get clarity. So my offer to the listeners, free offer, is if you text the word code me, CODEME, code me to the phone number 72000.
Okay.
You'll get an opportunity to do a bank code report, $97 report. We'll talk about who you are from personality profile, because once you know your profile, you'll actually know how to address both business and life and relationships. And also, Colleen, I'm going to do this. Text lead up to 72,000.
Nice.
Connect with Colleen.
That's
because
right.
she's got a whole new platform and it's growing and expanding. So good stuff.
All right.
We got to close.
Thank you. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. Take care.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Thanks for your
Bye.
time. Much appreciated.
All right, I'll clear.
Thanks. We're done. Woo! That was close.
Quick in, quick out.
I know.